Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions. In this video, I'm going to cover a question that I get a lot from our Passion Project Bootcamp students, so let's dive right in. Before we get started with today's video, I want to invite you to my free 3-day training series, plus a live Q&A. I used to host these events every single year, and last year I didn't because I was pregnant with my now 6-month-old daughter. So I'm so excited to bring this back. This is where thousands of high school students and parents come together and we dive into how to create a unique game plan for your college admissions journey, not only to just stand out and get accepted into these competitive colleges, but all at the same time exploring your values, your interests, your passion, strength, and potential. So we might think we're doing a lot of external strategy, but we're also doing a lot of internal work, which is the best part about this training series. And the reason why we are doing it for 4 days is because the first 3 days, I'm going to be talking all about your theme building strategy, how to build your college list, how to brainstorm your passion project. So all the strategic things. The last day is reserved for any individualized questions you have because everyone's game plan looks a little bit different. Maybe you go to a different high school, you live in a different region. So I reserved the last day to support you with your individualized questions. And so I hope you participate in this 3-part training series plus live Q&A. We titled it DNA of Accepted Students, so we're excited for you to get that acceptance letter from your dream college. You can reserve your free seat at passionprep.com/accepted, and that will take you right through the registration page. All you have to do is put your name, email address, and we'll send you all the information and you are good to go. All right, so I'll see you soon. But today we'll dive into today's topic, which is about a passion project idea. So I was in one of my coaching calls with my Passion Project Bootcamp students, and a handful of my students said, "Hi Julie, I want to start a passion project about mental health. I know there's a lot of issues with anxiety and depression and bullying, and I mean there are just obviously many different types of problems within mental health, and so our students would just say, I want to start a passion project related to that. I want to help people. I want to create something." And I know my students have the best intentions and they are trying to really show colleges that they are taking action, doing something unique. But the thing is, so many high school students are doing something like this right now. So a lot of students are trying to do mental health Instagram pages, mental health this, mental health that. And I know everyone has good intentions, but for the sake of college admissions process, I want to walk you through how you can either disregard the idea altogether or how we can make it even better and unique within the topic of mental health. So the first thing you need to do is to assess your theme. And that is, well, if I'm going to do a mental health related passion project, how does this passion project support my academic interest, my personal interest, my strength, personality, and values? Because a lot of the times students try to pick up on mental health related passion projects because they think it just shows that you're volunteering or you're helping people. And you can still do that. I'm not telling you not to do those things, but for the sake of college application, you only have 10 spots to fill up your activity section. So you want to use your time wisely so that you are truly representing and demonstrating your intellectual curiosity and to the best of your ability. So check whether it supports your theme or not, because if it doesn't, it usually doesn't make it to your essays and it really doesn't make it to the application in a strong way. It's kind of like when students tell me like, Julie, I've been doing taekwondo and piano for the longest time. And sometimes when I review students' essays, I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna fit into your essay. I don't think it's gonna hold that impact just because you've done it for a long time. So assess whether this would support your theme. A second strategy is to think about which target audience you want to help. So some of our students will say, I want to help students with anxiety, but that's a lot of people. Or they'll even say things like, I want to help people with anxiety. Well, that's great, but who do you want to help and which age group, target audience needs that support the most. And that's where research comes in. We always try to help our students create a passion project that is supported by stats and data. So you always want to think about, who do I want to serve and why? A lot of the times, college admission officers who read your application, they're so frustrated because they don't know why you decided to pursue this direction or this target group or this age group. So making sure who your target audience is really going to help you stand out, because you can address why you're doing it for these age group, and you can also back it up with stats and evidence, which emphasizes a problem, because your solution now becomes the passion project. Before we get into the tip, one thing that you should know is that, a lot of high school students, they're not experts in mental health. You want to talk to a medical professional, someone who has a therapist license. Obviously you need to have the credentials. So I do want to preface by saying that just because you start something of your own, you have an Instagram or website, that does not make you someone who can give medical advice to other people. So just know that. And I think once you feel like that's the agreement that we have here, then it's really easy for you to know that, okay, what I'm providing is my opinion. So all that's to say, what I want to get across is that mental health related passion projects, you do have to deal with them carefully. It's not something that you can easily do, or you cannot give medical advice. And so when I tell my students to create a passion project, or we were brainstorming it together, we really try to make it interactive. We want the passion project to really highlight my students' strength. So you don't have to do everything. So you don't have to promise your website visitors or your passion project Instagram page by saying, let me help you out with living a stress-free life. You don't have to try to solve all the problems in the world, but just focusing on a very specific subtopic within mental health, or highlighting your strengths. So one of my students, she was such a great writer. She loved writing. That was a part of her SPV strength. And so what she decided to do was to allow other teenager writers to come together and to start a mental health related forum and blog, and that eventually turned into publication, into a book. So, that emphasizes collaboration, creativity, leadership, and so many other qualities just from that one project. So the reason why we were able to get to that specific idea was because we thought really hard about, number one, I'm not a professional, I cannot give medical advice, but I wanted to create a space for XYZ group. And I can't specifically tell you what that passion project was about in terms of mental health, but it was a very specific topic. And so she eventually ended up getting publication in the newspaper. It was just a huge accomplishment, and she just has so much fun doing it. So that's just one example to share with you. I applaud you for wanting to help other people who are struggling, but I just want to make sure one more time that this is not, a medical thing, or you cannot give professional advice, but there are also so many ways to make your passion project unique in terms of mental health. So if you need help with that, you want our strategies and guidance, and you want my help with brainstorming your passion project, along with our amazing team of our expert coaches, I highly recommend that you check out our Passion Project Bootcamp program. This is our 1-year group college consulting program where we will support you every step of the way with your college admissions process. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments. And I'm gonna add the 3-day training series down below right here. We'll put a little text where you can register so that you can go ahead and participate in the 3-part training series followed by a live Q&A. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll be back here with another one very soon.